Renowned as being one of the 5 million greatest Scotsmen living in Canada, Brian Lilley joins us from Ottawa every week. How are you, Brian?
Oh, I'm well. Always good to have a nice introduction from you, Michael.
Well, it's my pleasure. Is there such a thing as Scottish History Month, by the way, in the school system?
No. However, John Ivison from the National Post is quite jealous of St. Patrick's Day, which the Irish have, and he's tried starting up promoting Burns Nights, and he just had help put on a Scottish New Year's festivities at City Hall. Not sure how it went, but he's trying. There's nothing in the schools though.
No, I sent you an email about that, didn't I?
Yeah.
In case you weren't aware of it. Yes, we're digressing slightly. However, Black History Month in the school system. Now, I am fully aware that we need to help and be empathetic towards the black community in terms of education, particularly young black men. But this is a glorious story for Sun News. Black History Month that apparently has now been taken over by radicals in the gay community. Please explain all.
Okay, so this is something that was uncovered, as many of the truly bizarre stories about the Toronto District School Board are. It was uncovered by the blogger Blazing Cat Fur. So he's looking through documents that the Toronto District School Board posted online and discovered that they have this program to, it's called Queering Black History. So this isn't a term he's made up. It's not a term I've made up. This is what the school board's calling it. Queering Black History. So this is saying identity politics good, double identity politics better. And one of the things that they're doing is going through and taking historical black figures and then determining which ones were or might have been gay. And included on the list is George Washington Carver, a well-known figure in black American history, who convinced a lot of peanut farmers in the South in the South to switch over to peanuts. He did not invent peanut butter, though. He did roving schools for black and white rural people in the area that he was living. He was a freed slave who went on to university and ended up becoming a teacher. So a very accomplished man.
Educational reform, a seminal figure in terms of the evolution of the black political movement and education.
And so whether the guy's black, white, or purple, just based on his accomplishments, the type of person that you say, that's someone to look up to. But they've decided, okay, well, it's Black History Month, so we've got to promote him because he's black, not because of all of his accomplishments. That's part of the problem I have with things like Black History Month, and I would have the same problem with Scottish History Month. You look at someone based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. But now they're saying, let's not just look at the color of their skin and forget about character. Let's also look at if they're gay. And they've declared posthumously and with no evidence that George Washington Carver was gay. They even admit that, well, we don't really have anything to back this up, but we're putting them on the list.
Look, I've read a bit about this period in black history and North American history, and this man in particular. And when I read this, I thought it was a joke because I've never read anything that in any way indicates that he was homosexual.
Look, whether he was or wasn't shouldn't be the point. My big problem with this, yes, it is a problem to posthumously and without evidence say we're making this person this and whatever the case may be, checking off his box. My bigger problem, though, is the overarching one of this identity politics. What happened to just saying so-and-so was a good man? Here's what he accomplished and here's what you should know about him and why.
Okay.
We are playing games and political agendas are being shoved into the school.
Let me take you on a bit here because, look, things have changed radically now, but there was a time when black kids at school simply never heard of a black hero, a black leader, a black figure to look up to. Now, that was very marginalizing, almost. They felt eliminated from the system. And I can understand that had to change. It did change. Now we've gone too far the other way and we push this on people, and often black kids are saying, I don't really think we need it. But then to imply something about a figure, you know as well as I do that in fact there's probably more resistance to same-sex marriage, more concern about homosexuality within the black community than any other group in North America. And for people, elitists, to do this is very insulting.
Don't start bringing up facts. Don't start bringing up facts about why Proposition 8 failed in California, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't do that. I mean, it's a TV show. It's very irresponsible. But it becomes funny after a while. It just becomes ludicrous to say things that aren't true. But you're quite right. Once you open the door to identity politics, even for good reasons, and I think there were some in the past, then everyone goes through that door. They're just falling over each other, often on top of each other.
Yeah, look, I went through the school system in the 70s and 80s, and we're all told we should be colorblind. You shouldn't look at these things. Now it's, forget about being colorblind. Let's only look at someone if they fit the certain criteria.
Yeah.
No. You look at people regardless of who they are, regardless of, based on who they are, on their character, on what they do, on how they conduct themselves, not if they fit a certain identity. Look, we can all play this game. Canadians are great at it. Oh, so-and-so's Canadian. Did you know that was invented by a Canadian? But we could also do that with the jerks who were Canadians. We tend not to. Look at people based on what they accomplish, how they conduct themselves, not on their identity.
No, I agree with you entirely. And I mean, a great man said neither black or white, and a greater man said neither Jew nor Gentile. But now we have the Toronto District School Board, greater than all of them, saying, well, decide who's black, who's white, who's gay, and who's straight.
Well, shouldn't that place just be shut down, and why hasn't it been? That's another question for another day, though.
Which I'm sure we'll get onto, but before too long. Happy New Year. A great pleasure.
New Year.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thanks.